As always, a very interesting year on the PGA Tour. Joined now by SCOREGolf magazine editor Jason Logan. And Jason, I think this is probably the year that we could finally say that we weren't transitioning away from Phil and Tiger, but we transitioned. That transition actually happened. I think you can put those guys perhaps in the rearview mirror, and the new guard is firmly entrenched.
Well, I think if you ask a lot of golf fans when they were watching at home, did they miss Tiger, did they miss Phil? And I think the answer is no. I mean, yes, Phil was a factor at the Masters, which Jordan Spieth won. But after that, you didn't really care if you saw Phil and Tiger doing battle at Chambers Bay. You wanted to see what Jordan Spieth did. You certainly wanted to see what Jordan Spieth was going to do at the Open Championship when he had a chance to continue the Grand Slam run. And then I think going into the PGA Championship, if there were two guys you wanted to see in the final group, they were Jordan Spieth and Jason Day. And we got Jordan Spieth and Jason Day in the final group, fireworks at Whistling Straits, and I think it was a fantastic year in the majors. We didn't even need to see Tiger and Phil.
And really throughout the rest of the PGA Tour season, I think there was a lot of good stories. Ricky Fowler winning the Players' Championship after being called out as a guy who was overrated. I also think you saw a lot of young guys come up and win for the first time. Players like Robert Streb, great performances from guys like Kevin Kisner. So there was a whole bunch of new blood coming up in addition to the big four players that we discussed. But I think there's a lot of talent right now at that next level on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, and two guys that you didn't mention, and I'm sure you meant to, Justin Thomas, Daniel Berger. Those are two names to watch out for. In addition to Spieth and Day and McIlroy, those are two young guys, 22-year-olds, part of the high school class with Jordan Spieth. Watch out for those guys moving forward.
It seems like every week now on the PGA Tour there is a strong contingent of players as well. There's a lot of players who are competing week in, week out, playing a lot of tournaments. We saw a good field this year at RBC Canadian Open. We saw players going to the John Deere, even though it was the week before the British Open Championship. And I think you saw a lot of players get on a bit of a run out there. Like you said, Justin Thomas was one of those guys. But I find there's a lot more quality in terms of the depth of talent week in and week out now on the PGA Tour.
It's not just about, how low is Tiger Woods going to go. It's about this collection of players who are all really pushing each other. And I think if you go back to what Rory McIlroy, Jason Day, that's what Rory McIlroy talked about. He said that all of those players, Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson, those young guns that have finally arrived on the PGA Tour, they're pushing each other. They're pushing each other to records. And speaking of records, Jason Day, 20 under par at the PGA Championship. Who would have thought that would happen? And with this group of talented players, somebody might eclipse that next year.
Well, there are certainly lots of stories on the PGA Tour and lots of stories about some of those players we've just mentioned. We'll delve into them as we continue here, the year-end review on SCOREGolf.